right here. And audience settings. Yes, I think we're there.
There we go. Hello. Hi, I'm Linda.
Hi, this is Abhilasha.
I don't think we've met.
This is Abhilasha.
What's your name?
Abhilasha. Yes. Hi, from India.
Nice. Good. Sorry, I'm putting this on. There we go. I can hear you better. And I've got my coffee. Where are you from, Abhilasha?
I'm from India.
Oh, cool. Are you over there now?
Sorry?
Are you there now? Are you in India?
Yes, I'm in India. There is a place called Varanasi.
Mm-hmm.
I'm from Varanasi.
Oh, very cool.
And I'm a kindergarten teacher since 15 years. I'm in this profession, and I'm a storyteller too.
Oh, very good.
And I love this profession. I really enjoy this profession. And tell something about yourself. Linda, tell something about yourself.
Just to make a little... Yeah, go on, Abhilasha. Say. What? Yeah.
Linda, you first introduce yourself. I know.
I can't hear you.
Introduce yourself, please.
I'm Linda. Hi. I'm here in Scotland, where Svend and I both live. I'm from Finland originally. I've lived here for how long now, Svend? 15 years?
Yeah, 15 years.
Something like that. So, but I am Finnish originally, and what do? I have no idea. This year. Don't know, but I am a storyteller. So and I've been working with Svend a lot the last couple of years, something like that.
Well, that's like last summer, 2019, the last normal summer we had. I think we started working together.
Yeah. Last
but we're used to this kind of you just listen to a story and then you give feedback, and the way that we give feedback is very much from the heart.
Yeah,
we just try to bring in as much as we can, because we have heard something, seen something, and what you then bring from that conversation is what you choose to bring from that conversation. And everything is just given to you because I mean, look at us. We had a wonderful morning. It's so wonderful just to wake up and be. I'm feeling so much lighter now. It's been a fantastic experience. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
But I still think there are parts where we can think about, maybe say, well, what was happening there? What went on there? And generally, I would say that what you could bring in a moment of surprise just by not saying something. And Linda knows that I always say that. At one point,
always says that.
At one point, bring in the moment of silence. Just bring in one moment of silence somewhere in the story. I think it would really add to it, and you can choose yourself when you really want to bring strength into the story, because silence is so powerful. These pauses, these small breaks, and if you do it one time there, it will just, because we are so I'm so comfortable as a storyteller. I just let you bring in everything, and I'm just sitting here having a wonderful time. It was really brilliant. But if you could bring me into this unsecure moment as well, this moment of, what? Is she gonna be angry the rest of her life? Is the meeting with the father gonna be good or bad? What's gonna happen? That moment is when I start, as a listener, to create my own my own stuff, my own feelings, my own emotions. So a small breaking of this wonderful pace, you have a wonderful pace during the whole story. And I think that that the moment with the teacher, when she held her up, it was describe what's happening, not saying she loves me so much, she loves me so much. It's like it's sort of it would be nice for us just to make that conclusion. Just tell us that she held her up and she helped her, and you did some wonderful things with her faces as well, and she took away the dirt from her face and everything. Then I would say in my head, this teacher actually loved that little girl, but you don't have to tell us. If you just describe what actually happened, that would help me feel these emotions. That's the only. There are two places in the story where I think we can make a little enhancement, because it was really throughout the whole thing a wonderful experience listening to it. It was very, very good. Over to Linda.
Thank you so much.
Everything
Thank you.
that Sven said,
Thank
I
you so
agree.
much.
That
Yes.
is sort of somewhere along there a surprise, and then the fact that, showing rather than so for the teacher exactly what he said. What I love is your energy, that kind of, and I think you said that it works online. It doesn't always work online, but yours does because of your energy. And of course you do it for small children, but still it really, really comes across. Is the podcast, that's going to be a podcast, just the drawings really anchored?
Yes,
story?
yes. Yeah.
So I'm wondering, you'll have to sort of, and they really sort of, the pacing of the story, the drawings really kind of sealed it. So if you're doing just audio, then you're going to have to think of a way of somehow, maybe you could video, I don't know, you can do it, but you're going to have to think how to then have this
Then she
wonderful-
do, then she do
it was
this,
just
then
one
she
of
do
the
that, Yes.
pictures that
Yeah.
just
Yes.
Single snowflake that looks exactly like the other one. And I found this online and I just printed it out, and then I made it. It takes about 3 minutes, then you have a snowflake that you can have on your wall or whatever you do. The story is an old Chinese tale, and it's about an emperor. And his emperor was a mean emperor, and he had one single wish, and that was to be richer, to have more wealth. And every night, that was his favorite moment. He went down into there was a big room in the basement where all his treasures was, and he was just walking around, looking at the diamonds and the gold and the pearls and the silver, and he was as happy as the emperor could be. But there was always one thought in his mind, that he could actually have more wealth, more gold, more diamonds. And he was always looking for that. He didn't really care about his country, China, but he cared about himself and the money, the wealth that he could provide. In the countries, far away in the countryside, not far from the mountains, there lived an old woman called Lao Lao. Lao Lao was a master in cutting into papers. She could make a dog in silken papers with colors, and you could hear it bark. When she made a horse, you could hear it over the fields, galoop. And people started talking, and the rose, you could smell it. It was wonderful. And people started talking about that the paper cut of Lao Lao was even more beautiful than the real life. The rose was even more beautiful than the dog, the horse, everything was much better from the Lao Lao cut than in the real life. And when the emperor heard that somewhere in his kingdom there was an old woman who could make paper cut even more beautiful than the real life, he thought about his diamond. That was a beautiful diamond. Yes, it was a beautiful diamond. It was worth a fortune. But if he could make Lao Lao make a paper cut of that diamond, it would be even more beautiful and people would want it even more, so he could be even more. That's a good idea. So he called in 2 of his soldiers and told them to go to the village of Lao Lao, bring her up to the tower up there in the mountain, give her some papers, a pair of scissors, and she would cut diamonds for me. So they did. The 2 soldiers, it was late one afternoon, she was sitting outside, children was all around her just waiting for her to cut a cockroach and a bird, whatever. And then they came, their horses, took her on the horse and brought her up to the tower up there in the mountain. And of course, when she was locked in that room, she didn't know what to do. How to cut a diamond? I don't even know how a diamond looks like. And so, she fell down on the floor, the cold, cold floor, crying, and gave out a loud sigh. That sigh was heard from the snow dragon. The snow dragon always flying around in the mountain. And he has a very compassionate heart. So flew down, looked inside the room, asked what was going on. Lao Lao explained to him that she was actually supposed to cut diamonds. She didn't know how to do it, and look what she'd done. It's not good. Didn't know what to do. So the snow dragon flew up and went down at the bottom of the what do you call that? The bottom of the tower? No, you don't say bottom of the tower. Do you say that? Like she was up in the highest room, and they were down by the door, outside the tower. Yeah.
Like the ground floor to the ground. Yeah.
Yeah, they were standing outside guarding that she was not running away, the 2 men, the 2 soldiers. And when the the snow dragon flew over the tower, he saw that the emperor had come to ask if Lao Lao was making any diamonds. And so he opened his mouth, the dragon, and just and instead of 3 men, there were 3 large piles of ice. They're gonna be there until the heart of these 3 men softens and warms the ice. And it hasn't happened yet, so there are 3 piles of ice there in the mountain in front of that tower. And the dragonfly flew up, and Lao Lao sat on his neck, and they flew up into the sky. And that is why, because Lao Lao's work was then to cut snowflakes. That is why every snowflake that you find falling down to the ground is different from the other.
Oh,
Very nice.
Sweet.
Very nice. Very nice. Yeah, that is the snowflake. I could see. So whose turn? Whose turn for feedback?
I was just gonna say, you can start, Abhilasha.
Yeah.
Huh?
The best part for this story, what I liked is you were you stopped the story in between and you asked or you raised the question in between and Linda answered, like that was the best part, so that we can come to know your audience is concentrating or not. Secondly, your expression. For story, the expression is very important. Your face was very expressive. You were sad. Your face was like, oh, your expression was very good. These two things I liked in your story. What I can say. Now let's move to Linda. Over to you.
I'm going to enjoy this. I'm going to savor this one. Because Svend, you know when something really dramatic happens in the story, you know what you should do? You should really pause.
Yes. That's what I learned. That's what I learned. That was the key point. That was the key point.
No, but there was all these really dramatic turns, and they kind of just flew by, and I had to scramble. Like, wait, what happened? Like for me, maybe the heart of the story is when Lau Lau is sitting there with the children, and she's making those cuts. We didn't feel that. I want a bit more of